So guys, the mob vote's here.
I'm so excited for Minecraft Live.
I wonder which mobs the
Just
community
tell
are
me.
voting for this year.
I want to know.
Wait, you don't know either?
Is it going to
I'll
be a
call
boss
Tiny Vu.
vote?
He
Let's
can tell
see.
us.
Ah, that's a good idea.
Tiny Vu, do you know which mobs the community are voting for this year?
I do! On October 16th,
Whoa,
they
what-
get to
what?
vote for...
Agnes just
Tiny
fell off.
Agnes? Where are you?
So we're not going to get to see the new mobs today.
Where
So
did
we're
Tiny
not gonna
Agnes
get to
go?
see the new
Will
mobs
Tiny Vu
today.
forgive Tiny Jens for hanging up on him? And which mobs are you voting for in this year's Minecraft Live?
Are you
We'll be
serious?
releasing videos about
You
the
know
vote
what?
all week. So check back to find
That
out
was
what you'll
actually
be
kind
voting
of funny,
for
but
this year.
still, I want to know the new mobs. Well, apparently the mob vote's out. The glare. Let's see what this is.
Oi,
Oh, so that's where Agnes went last episode when she fell.
you're so cute. Are you lost too?
Oh, so
I
they're
don't
like
like
new
the
cave
darkness either.
creatures.
Yikes, it's too dark in here.
I think they spawn in new structures.
You must be the glare, the mob that lets players know when they are in an area that is dark enough for monsters. The
Oh,
glare
so
flies
not
to
just
dark areas
caves,
for
but
you.
like anywhere
When it
that's
gets
dark.
grumpy, you will know that it's dark enough for monsters to spawn. You can also bring it with you and proves once and for all that you can be grumpy and cute at the same time.
Will Tiny Agnes ever find Tiny Jens? Whose lair is this? Do you want the glare to join Minecraft? Tune in to Minecraft Live on October 16th to cast your vote and change Minecraft forever.
This seems pretty cool. I might vote for it. Imagine if they made them equally as bad, lol. I think I'm gonna vote for this one, though. It doesn't seem as bad as the glow squid. Hopefully Dream doesn't vote for something much worse, though. I'm excited for tomorrow's. But yeah, that's a pretty cool mob. Can't wait to start farming these things. They just look cute. Well, we got another mob
Tiny
vote.
Agnes, where are you?
The LA 6 minutes ago, so I'm pretty early.
Hello, fellow
You
music
play
fan.
no block.
You're my only friend
That
now
doesn't
that
seem
Tiny
too
Agnes is
impressive.
gone. Here, take my
Oh
last
god,
cookie.
this is the glow
You deserve
squid
it.
one.
Typical. You must be there,
Whoa.
LA. Thanks for collecting
just
all these
brought a
cookies for
bunch
me.
of
Would you do
cookies
that with
home.
any item I give you?
So wait,
Hooray!
these things can
No more
duplicate
collecting
things if
for
you
me.
give it to them.
And
That
you
is
dance
so
too?
OP.
Amazing.
my vote.
If you
My
give an
vote.
LA an item, it will collect matching ones for you. It also loves music. So if there's a note block nearby, that's where it will drop them.
Tiny Jens?
Will Tiny Jens ever drop an album? Was that Tiny Agnes's voice?
Bro, this has got
Do
my
you want
vote
the
right
LA
now.
to join
I'm not
Minecraft?
changing it right now.
Tune into
This
Minecraft
is
Live
so
on
OP.
October 16th
Dream
to cast
better
your
not
vote
ruin this
and
year's
change Minecraft
Live
forever.
by voting for the glare. You know, the glare wasn't bad. You know, I'm gonna edit my comment because I was so early. And just like that, I'll see you at tomorrow's mob vote. Vote for the LA. This is amazing. Apparently I was wrong. The LA doesn't duplicate items, but it grabs matching items that are nearby. So it doesn't duplicate them. It just gives you items which are nearby that are like the same, they like kind of match. So I'm assuming they can mine, or they can just pick up blocks and give them to you. So this is probably a better way to do things, like mining. They can help you mine if you drop an item on the ground. The only problem with that is they only react to that item, so I don't think they can help you mine. But yeah, that's at least of what I heard.
Tiny
Guys,
Jens,
this is
I'm down
sick.
here.
Where are we?
This
know,
gives more use
but
for
look at this
copper.
lovely
This has
copper.
my vote
Is that a
already.
copper golem?
Yes, it must be old, or a time they freeze into statues.
This has my vote
Let's build
already.
our own copper golem. Maybe it can help us.
So you can build it.
This one has a lot
Oh,
of
so it's
life
kind of
in
like
it.
the iron golem, but it just ages.
We're saved!
The copper golem is a mob that you, the player, can build yourself. It oxidizes over time and loves to randomly press copper buttons. So, they would be added to the game as well.
Will they make it
So
to the
this
show
gives
on
more
time?
use for copper. This is so useful. You know what? I'm deleting this comment. I'm gonna make a better one. This is officially the coolest mob on the entire mob vote. This has my vote. Copper Golem, you can build it. It's another use for copper, and it's so useful for redstone. I'm voting for this. Please make it into the game. Well, guys, the
Turn off the
update
alerts,
is
'cause
here.
I
We
don't
all
normally
know
get
about
this
the
many
update
alerts, bro.
right now, but
Chat usually isn't
right
popping like
now
it's popping.
here I was earlier
System Z,
this
yeah, he's the
morning
homie.
at
System Z's the homie,
7:38.
man.
As you can see, this was just
Really proud of him too. His channel's
you know, this
like,
was just
yeah,
40
man, his
minutes
channel's thriving.
before
Let's
the
build our own copper
live
golem.
stream
Maybe it
started.
can help us.
I was watching Stealth,
Is
and
any of you actually are you guys
I
anybody here
stayed up all
undecided?
night because I did not want to miss the stream and
Any of you guys
anyone
actually
else's,
undecided?
because I was doing the pre-show first. I wanted to see who was on.
I'm actually really
But
curious about
they
this. How many of
actually
you guys?
didn't announce the update until, see right here in the video was starting, or the stream was starting, and then you can hear the Minecraft Live intro music. See, it just started. The update wasn't actually announced until like 10 a.m., which was about 2 hours from the time the entire stream started, which was pretty upsetting because I had waited so long for the I had waited so long, and right here I kept refreshing to see if the chat would ever open. And here, Mumbo Jumbo was actually the first person on the stream, which was pretty weird to see myself. See, he had built all of these redstone things, and that was kind of interesting. He only made it as part of the show, but someone else last year made it on, I can't remember his name. And then this guy tried playing Minecraft with 2 mouses. I honestly believe it could actually be done. I would do it.
If we want to mine certain blocks,
I would honestly do it.
And I could say that this is actually doable. This is playable. You
But
know, just in case you broke your
see,
keyboard,
from
if you have
this
some
point,
mices laying
it was
around,
33 minutes
give it a
away
shot
because
at home. I actually
actual
recommend
show
it.
started at 9 a.m.
There we go.
And
This is
So much more on your
right
side.
here, I was just
Alpha
excited,
Sun.
and I was
Cheer
hoping the
Welsh
Copper
fans.
Golem would win, but you'll have to see which one wins. And I started taking some screenshots here, as you can see, of the event. Alright, and so that was it for the pre-show. And Stealth actually made it on to the pre-show this year, which I was pretty happy for him. Alright, so right here at this point, it was 9 a.m. The real stream had just barely begun. They began the entire stream by starting this right here, and this was pretty cool. And then they started off the show just a few minutes after the full show happened. They showed us some amazing views of what 1.18 was going to look like.
About everything we announce. Hang out with us here
And so,
also there.
see, this is what 1.18 is going to look like. They didn't actually have the deep dark in this update, but they did delay it until 1.19, which you're going to have to find out what that's called. I'm pretty sure everyone at this point knows, but if you don't know, just keep watching this. You can go ahead and skip ahead if that's all you want to find out. But yeah, so these are amazing views. The Badlands even got higher generation. I was pretty happy about this, and then we got to see more snow-capped peaks. which is one of the new biomes. And so we got to see more of what 1.18 will look like. They said the update was actually almost done, so they're most likely going to release it in early to mid-November, or in early to mid-December, and then they'll most likely start working on snapshots in the middle of December, just before the holidays.
I'll never forget you.
Or earlier in 2022.
But that was last year,
and this is where the mob vote began, because he said that the Glow Squid won last year. I was voting for the Moo Bloom. And here Tiny Jens is having a bit of a problem with getting up there, because he lost Tiny Agnes again. So that was kind of interesting. The tiny characters in the middle of the show are always a bit funny, but the mob vote's usually an hour into the show.
I'm actually very busy. I lost Tiny Agnes again.
And Vu made him come up again. I'm kidding, I know it's all fake, but I wasn't expecting Jens to actually show up, but there he is. So that was pretty exciting. And so, of course, right as they opened the mob vote, I went onto Twitter and I voted for the Copper Golem. Because that's all I was voting for. That's all I wanted into the game.
To get a first look at some interesting things
but yeah, so here I am right here in the video voting for the Copper Golem. And after a while, it turned out the Allay had won, and so there was, the Glare had won, lost. So it was just between me and the Copper Golem, and pretty much, yes, I accidentally spoiled it there. Yes, the Allay won, but the Copper Golem's right there. And here is where they announced what 1.19 is going to be.
Epic citywide esports battle. I don't know about you, but I wish
not announced it, but yeah, the Allay had still won. And here they announced what the next update was going to be, and honestly, everyone was actually wanting this update.
Let's talk to Agnes about the next update. Welcome back, Agnes.
Thank you.
How's the show felt for you?
Alright, so
I think it's
Agnes,
they're gonna say what it is.
Us what the next update is.
Yes. Okay. So the next update is called the Wild Update.
Yes, they literally added the Wild update, and at first I was confused. I thought they were going to add a forest, and they did at the end, actually. I'm not going to tell you yet in case you haven't seen the stream. I don't want to spoil it.
One of the biggest things about the Deep Dark and the
so here it is.
Skulk is that it's just
the Wild update was just announced at this point at 10:07 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And see, and then we realized that, okay, so Brandon said that there's going to be deep, dark cities. And this was pretty scary, but it was also more epic than scary. It made me think that, okay, if I can go to that area, that is just so cool looking. Because there's all of these skull blocks, and they talked a little bit more about what it was going to be. Those little gross things on the wall right there, they look like these little skulk spots. Those are actually skulk veins. And basically the Skulk Catalyst is one of the other Skulk blocks, and it detects vibrations, but any mob which dies over there, it grows Skulk around it, it grows Skulk
activates too many times,
veins.
The Warden will come.
And right here, and it was based off of the amount of XP the mob dropped, but right here they showed more footage of the Warden, and this was just exciting. And I was like, they're going to have to show more of the Warden. That's the Skulk Shrieker right there. And basically the Warden will come out of the ground from the Skulk blocks, and even if you're not near it or making any vibrations, they'll be able to sniff you around or feel your movement, even if you're sneaking, and eventually they will find out you're there. But there it is right there, and of course he made a sound with the Skulk sensor. And there is actually a darkness effect, and
all of the
it makes
there's a lot of
more
exciting things coming to the swamp. So what
and
are
yes,
we
they
getting?
added the swamp update.
There are a lot of awesome things coming. The first of which is the boat with the chest in it.
The boat with the chest in it. So this is what everyone's been waiting for. even me personally, because I was wondering, the boat and the chest would be so useful for exporting items into different areas, even if there's water there, so you don't need a railroad track. And there's a mangrove tree, and everyone was just excited about this because we were like, this 2019 swamp update was added, and that's the mangrove tree. And of course I was making a lot of typos because I was so excited. Let's go. And these sapling things actually grow from it, and yes, there is a new wood type, so we can just push azalea wood out of the way because this is awesome. It looks reddish, pinkish, I'm not sure. And this is the mangrove swamp. And yes, you do notice that there are some other things in it, other blocks, and they will discuss on that in a few seconds. Yes, there is mud, and mud blocks are being added, so there's mud and you can turn it into clay by using dripstone under it. So it's renewable source, and there's like trillions of dirt blocks in your world. So they're adding mud bricks, so it's better for building, I think, because you can build tunnels with this. I can build tall buildings, I can build houses. This is amazing. And so of course I was so excited about this.
Because we're adding frogs.
And yes, they added frogs just like they announced, and they are so cool. They hop around kind of like goats. Honestly, I am pretty happy about the wild update, and it only gets, actually I don't think it gets any better, but yes, they added something which we've been wanting for a long time too, fireflies, and they're actually food sources for frogs. You're gonna see in a minute that the frogs eat them. They actually open their tongue up. As you can see, that it's kind of like the Great Hunger from 2017. They added tadpoles, which the frogs come from.
The frogs have kind of like two
and they
main
added
systems.
3
One
new
is the
types of
tadpole
frogs, the
system,
swamp
and the
frogs,
other
the
one is the
snow
cold battle
frogs,
system.
and then they added tropical frogs, which are actually white, and they look so comfy, like polar bears, but they're like polar frogs kind of, but they're tropical, and they're kind of like rabbits a little bit, so they might have some friends with them in the desert. And the winner is the Elaine. And honestly, this would be useful for sorting out items in certain areas. Like you throw an item down and it would sort it for you. And this is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you tomorrow.